I do.
You can dabble, that's fine. Yeah, pretty good.
Anytime you're ready.
All right, so I guess we'll get the meeting started, call to order. You want to tell everyone your name?
Tom Borders.
And you were elected for auditor when?
Hang on, I'll tell you. The second day of November, 2021.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, great.
And I think the term goes for, how long was it, 3 years?
I'm not sure.
Bullshit.
And I'm Valerie Schultz. All of you know me. So I guess this meeting is, we're going to follow the agenda that we were provided by the township. It looks like the auditing firm has not shown up, but my understanding is that 2 auditors are needed for quorum. So I guess that is the 2 of us. So they have here that we should elect a chairman and a secretary. So would you like to be secretary or chairman?
I'd like for you to be the chair.
Okay.
You know more about that.
Okay. So I guess you nominate me as the chairman,
I
okay?
do.
And I guess I second that? I don't know. And then I'll elect you as the secretary.
Okay.
All right.
You have to tell me what to do.
Okay, I'm not sure what to do right now either.
I do know that at other jobs, being secretaries in various organizations, you do keep minutes. but
Yeah.
I don't know how it works here.
Yeah, I think if you could just take notes on what we discuss. I think there's only, my understanding is a couple of items that we need to talk about this evening. According to the code for class 2 size townships, which I have right here, if you want a copy, it's also online, you can find it online, but in the section 606, they talk about some of the things that the auditors will actually do. Since they have a CPA auditing firm to do the actual audit, I think the only thing that hopefully they'll allow us to do is to review the audit prior to it being finalized. And what I found online is that it has to be finalized by April 1st and be published. And
And the year is a calendar year.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I would like to see, I think we should probably contact the CPA firm or the township and find out where last year's audit was. It's not currently on the township website. I think I was able to find 2018, 19, 20, 21, but I could not find 2022. So I would like that just for comparison purposes.
Do you know the name of the audit company?
Yes, I have one of their audits. This is the auditing firm I think they've been using for a long time. It's Barbicane, Thornton and Company.
Would you like me to contact them and get a copy of the audit?
Yeah, that would be great from 2022.
Could I have, just see that?
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
get that contact
Yeah,
information.
absolutely.
Very good.
And it was also my understanding that the auditors need to set the mileage rate for the personal vehicles for the township. And I think the standard is just to use the IRS rate, which some townships vote on that at their reorg meeting. I looked at our reorg meeting minutes and we didn't vote on that. So I think we should make a recommendation to use the IRS rate for mileage, and that appears to be 67 cents a mile for 2024. That was an increase of 1.5 cents per mile from the previous year.
Okay, so are we supposed to make a motion?
Yeah.
Second, and ask that?
Yeah.
Okay. And then 67 cents a mile is the federal
Yes, the IRS mileage rate. So I'll make a motion to have the mileage rate at the IRS tax rate of 67 cents per mile.
And I shall second that.
Okay.
And we need, all in favor?
Aye.
There you go.
And then I think the other item we need to consider is, according to section 606, that if the supervisors have to fill in for the road crew for any reason, say they all get COVID and we can't get anyone else to fill in, we need to figure out, what their compensation would be as road crew. And so I think that would likely be whatever the rate that the current road crew is getting. I don't know exactly what that is. We'll have to look into that.
Okay. So, the road crew does what? Generally speaking.
Well, they're gonna do clearing out the snow and,
Okay.
Yeah, but if they follow into that position, they have to be certified, correct? You have to have a CDL. You just can't throw anybody in there and pay them for not doing the job that they're doing, correct?
Depends on how heavy the truck is.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit dated on my numbers, but if it's under 26,000 pound, gross vehicle weight, you don't need a CDL. But if it's over 26,000 or
Yeah.
up,
those are
And if
really
it
big,
doesn't have an air brake, if it has an air brake, you have to go to school for air brakes.
those aren't really
you know
big
that.
trucks though, right?
Hmm?
Those aren't really big trucks that they use, right? Those are just like,
Yeah, I
They
don't-
probably have a couple big ones, like a dump truck, maybe, I don't know.
so
Yeah.
maybe they'd be restricted on what they could do.
Right.
Right,
Yeah.
that's all.
but you're right, the CDL, it's, my understanding is the CDL is required for anything at 26,000 and up.
Right,
And you got a Class B and a Class A,
right.
So, and supervisors fill in as a.
If that for some reason happens, that there's, everybody gets hit with COVID and, something needs to get done, supervisors have the ability to fill in. They actually have the ability to fill into any of the roles.
Okay.
So I would think that the compensation would just be whatever that current role, hourly rate is.
Okay. All right. I'll type all this stuff.
Okay. So do I need to make a motion, I guess,
I think so.
for their compensation to be at the hourly rate for whatever role they're fulfilling? Okay. So that's the motion.
Second.
And then I think the only other thing that I'd, like to find out from, the auditing firm is, whether they will give us a copy of the audit and let us make comments, and review it prior to publishing and finalizing.
Well, that's a reasonable request, so
Yeah.
I will contact the auditor,
Okay.
ask for a copy for 2022,
Yes, please.
and see what happens.
Yeah.
They're probably gonna say, who are you?
I wonder if they got a similar letter. I don't know.
I'll send them a copy of this.
Yeah. So, I think that was all I was thinking of.
What, do you have a copy of the audit, what year is that?
This is from 2017,
Where did you get that?
from John.
Okay, so that's not.
But it doesn't really, it just gives you like pictures and totals. But I think you can find the actual copies on their website. Most of them, not all of them. I don't think the 2017 was on there.
Oh, okay.
Are they all detailed correctly? And how much of the detail do they go into?
So it's not real great. These are old, really old ones. It's not even as detailed as the the budget was that they gave us. There's an actual form, if you go online, that the auditors have to fill out. And the things that they fill out, they don't fill out every single blank on this form. They only seem to fill in certain things, so that's why I was kind of interested to find out from them, like, what are they exactly looking at? Because like I said, there's so much money that gets moved from all of these different accounts. That's the thing I'd like to know, like, someone really tracking where that money is going, and making sure that they know where it's getting moved to, because it's supposed to say in the budget, where some of that money is getting moved around to, but I just get the feeling there's
Kinda
more money
sketchy.
moving around. So remember, last year, we didn't have any snow. And I know one of the residents asked, what do we do with the snow removal money that we didn't use? And there was no answer. So my question is, what happens to that money?
I think it just rolls over into the general fund and goes into, when you look at the budget, there's a general fund balance
Yeah.
to start with. So that's pretty, I imagine it just stays in the general fund.
Yeah.
It doesn't really go anywhere, but, and then they create a budget for the next year, but I think it, like, you'll see, it's basically the money in your bank account that you might have budgeted for something, but you didn't
you didn't
spend.
use.
Yeah.
So it's still sitting there to go into the next year. That's why you can go into the next year and have a more
The
expenses
surplus, so.
than revenue.
Yeah.
But if you had, you might end with less than what
Yeah.
you started with.
And I think they always tend to be a little on the conservative side, like, they want to make sure they're not going over budget.
Right. But like this year, I'm pretty sure we're spending more than we're making, but the general fund balance is pretty high to begin with.
Yeah.
It's only carrying over from 2023 to 2024.
And I think some of that money is also meant to be like an emergency fund.
I think he did say that in case a truck motor goes out.
Yeah.
He has said that in the news.
Yeah,
The unexpected expenses, like
Yeah.
the heater, I think that went out here.
but it just seems like we're tapping more and more into that general fund balance, and it's gonna be getting depleted because we're spending more than we're bringing in.
We are.
Yeah.
For how long?
No, I haven't mapped it out yet.
So here's a question I got just listening and not knowing how anything works. Who is I assume the township has a CPA for bookkeeping purposes.
They have a
Accountant.
treasurer, they have a treasurer too.
So who is the accountant, if you will, for the township?
That's
And I assume is it the
that's
same?
a firm.
So the same people that's a problem.
Well,
the
now
sec-
there's,
so-
the accountant, that's the guy that does the budget.
Yeah, the guy that was up there on the,
I'm blanking on his name
yeah,
right now.
I forget who his name is.
So that's
Yeah,
pretty
that's a different
important,
guy.
that's a pretty important position, because if you really want to understand the ins and outs of your cash flow and your expenses, that's who you gotta start with. It's not the auditing firm. They're just checking
They're
receipts.
just checking what they're doing.
Yeah, they don't pass judgment on, is this a good spend or not? Yeah, and neither really does the accountant, but at least you can get a chart of accounts to find out where the money's going.
Actually,
The trade.
And the in and outs.
Yeah.
The accountant has to be able to show you the in and outs of your cash flow transactions, especially if you start to move money around.
Right.
So I would like to find out, if possible, if we could speak to that person. And really, if you're gonna do something like this, you should have a quarterly review of your books.
To see how you're doing.
See how you're doing, track incoming, track outgoing, see where it's going, how it's broken down. I mean, it's just good business, that's all.
Well, it's almost like balancing your checkbook.
Exactly.
so I wonder if there would be an opportunity for you and I to do, I mean, would we be able to look at the books on a quarterly basis?
I don't know what the rules are,
Yeah.
but I would certainly hope so. I mean, frankly, the organization, some of the organizations I've been involved with in the past, I mean, we looked at books, and to this day, I mean, we look at them every month.
Peter Bars, is that it? Is that the name? Peter, he's the treasurer, Peter Bars, of Bars, Goey, Hewing, and Foltz.
Okay, great. So he's a senior.
And he did our 5-year projection.
Yeah.
You're right, he's the one that would know all the details. I've been asking for the last couple of years, we need more clarity in the line items. I mean, if you look at West Brandywine, any of the other townships around here, they even put like how much money they spent on printer cartridges, how much money they spent on paper clips. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous, the transparency that they put into it. So you know what they spend on everything.
That's a good thing.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
a
good.
really good
That's a
thing.
real good thing.
So we should be able to have that. I mean, that should be I would be shocked if the township supervisor, I mean, our manager at least, and the supervisors, surely they're reviewing the books on at least a quarterly basis, but somebody should be looking at the books every month.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I have a personal friend in another county in this state who was elected to be a supervisor, and the first thing he found was some,
Discrepancies.
yeah, he found some discrepancies, and it turns out that there was some, a lot of money being like involved.
Wow.
You have to look at your books every month.
Well, if you're not looking at them, that's what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So I don't know what, I don't know how things are run, I don't know anything about anything like this, but, I would think in our position, we should be able to look at the books whenever we
Yeah,
want.
well, I think we'll have to ask the supervisor. I mean, I was hoping someone from the township would be here tonight that we could ask those questions of, but, I have your email. Maybe I can send an email off to, them tomorrow and tell them the questions that we had and
Mhm.
ask. And I would really like to be able to talk to the treasurer though,
Sure.
you know.
And the treasurer should have your, I mean, I don't know how it works specifically, but in most organizations, the treasurer has access from the accountant to the completed monthly records
Okay.
for whatever your time period is.
When taking it.
It should be month, and then there should be a quarterly report, and there should be an annual.
Okay.
That's the way I've always done
Okay.
it. So, and who's the treasurer?
That's the Peter Barnes.
Oh, so he's
He's the treasurer.
See, that's a little bit of a problem. When your accountant is also the treasurer, that's.
Well, the auditing,
Conflict.
can you look it up?
Yeah.
I don't-
That's treasurer.
Yeah, he's the treasurer,
I don't know
but
if he is.
I don't know if he's the accountant or not. I mean, the auditing firm is the one I told you about, but I don't know about him. I don't think they say here who the auditor is.
Okay.
This was all the appointments that they just made.
Can I see your book? I took a picture just so.
Which one?
CPA. So this may be the accounting firm rather than the auditor. But all these things need to be separate. No, it's an audit. So they're the auditors.
Yeah. It doesn't say who the auditor is in here.
Do you have the most recent one, 2021?
No,
I mean, not the most recent, 20, do you have 2021?
it's online.
It's online.
I didn't bring it
That's the
up.
first thing I'm seeing here is there's an adverse opinion issued on the financial statements from 2017, which is a long time ago.
the first thing we need to do is find out that Peter's company, the Barks,
Is also the.
is also the accountant.
Okay.
And that,
I think they might be, I'm not 100% sure.
I don't know enough to say, if that's a problem or not. But it's kind of like a Foxstar in-house.
Yeah.
So so what we want to do is we want to find out specific, we want to verify the accountant, the treasurer, well, we know the treasurer, and we want to verify the
Auditing firm.
audit firm. So, and if the same firm is doing the accountant and it's also the treasurer, then we need to understand how they allocate to a, I'll call it a chart of accounts within the township.
Okay.
And we'll want to see, and my question is, we want to see a cash flow analysis, and we want to see, I would assume that there would, that, and I don't, in government, I don't know, I would assume there would be a balance sheet. We want to see a balance sheet. We want to see a balance sheet over a period of years, because a balance sheet, if governments have them, will tell you more about your financial condition than a regular, I'll call it profit and loss statement.
Okay.
So we need a balance, we need to know, I would like to know if we have a balance sheet. So that's one.
Yeah. Yeah. So I will send, an email then to the supervisors tomorrow. And I'll, I guess, ask them what information they are going to provide us. I can ask them about who the auditor is as well.
And we'll wait to hear back. May I have your email? Sure.
It's VAL.SHULTZ@yahoo.
Oh. All right. So I will summarize these. Do they go to anyone else besides you?
I guess we should send them to the supervisors.
You don't know if there's another auditor?
Christie said there was a third person. Did you get that information at all
What's that?
from Christie? You didn't know that there was a,
All I got is that.
yeah, it doesn't say who.
Yeah.
The other two elected auditors are Christopher Moore and Thomas Borders. So I don't know who Christopher Moore is.
No, I'm Tom.
Ah, okay.
So we have a quorum, Christopher Moore.
I kind of thought that the audit firm would be here, so we can ask the questions, but. All right.
Actually, it's probably a good thing or not. It can be a good thing, because it gets you time to kind of organize your questions.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, my interest is always, first of all, cash flow. Where's it coming from? How often do you get it? How's it invested? How's it being allocated? Who's spending it? Who's signing the checks?
Yeah.
And then you want to look at, okay, where's it going to be spent? And how's it being how's it being, you know, where's the money going? Where's the money going? So it's two, both are important. Cash flow is really important that you understand. How is that money being collected? Who's overseeing the depositing of it into the proper accounts? And I don't know any of this.
But it would be good when we send them the meeting minutes, just tell them we'd also like to see, you know, quarterly statements, right?
Absolutely.
At the very least.
If you're running a business, you want to see it monthly.
Yeah.
But if quarterly, I would take quarterly.
Yeah.
When they have computer systems set up,
Oh, yeah.
you should be able to do it weekly.
You could do it daily. if you want.
Well, we-
I mean, everybody else does.
Yeah.
But we'll take what we get. We'll see. I mean, if they, because that is an excellent point, because I can tell you, in this day and age, anybody that says we can't supply it is not being transparent.
Correct.
Yeah. So, good choice of words. Yeah.
So I guess if that's all the business, we have, I guess this is an open forum.
I don't think I have anything.
No, you spelled out everything that we were wondering. You're
Sounds
focused
good.
in the right direction.
We have a lot more questions than answers right now, but we'll see.
Good place to start.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. All right, well, thank you. I think we'll officially end the meeting.
Okay, so we're adjourned. Very good.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming. Do I record who did it?
Yeah, probably.
Is that part
yeah.
of the?
Not a bad idea.
If you want your start and time, it's 7:45 is your adjournment time.
Okay.
I think we started, I don't know, 7:15,
He probably has a time on.
You got a timer, Scott? You don't? Okay. Well, we'll say 7:15 and we ended at 7:46. And Jerry and Laura.
Aaron.
Aaron.
Yeah,
Is it E-R-I-N-N?
it's ERINNE, has an extra N.
Okay. Hey, it's nice to meet you.
Very good.
Yeah,